Speaking of little toadies and cronies, Blake Master running in Arizona. This is footage. Is this from just like yesterday?
So it came out. It's a Tucker Carlson original about Blake Masters. This footage is from the day after his debate with Mark Kelly and right before Trump comes to stump for him in Arizona.
So what is Tucker Carlson putting out this stuff for? Is this supposed to help Blake Masters?
Yeah, I think it's just like an inspiring, like that behind the scenes campaign documentary.
You see this in sports now, where like everyone's making documentaries about themselves, and they're basically just like propaganda films. Like we basically democratized propaganda films a little bit more, and now Tucker's doing it for Blake Masters.
They're learning, or it's like the Justin Bieber documentary about himself. That's what they're doing.
But I wonder if this is to motivate the Trump base here, to show. Like, here he is showing a certain amount of fealty. Here is Blake Masters on the phone with Donald Trump. When this took place right after his debate with Mark Kelly, right? Yes. So this was like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and we should say Carlson has a very strong focus right now in Arizona in particular. He's been stumping for Kari Lake and having her on for long segments speaking about her. So I wonder what he sees as like an opportunity here. But
Mr. President, how are you, sir? Doing great.
Beautiful music.
Because I got a lot of complaints about that. I don't know what you did with the debate, but I heard you did great on the debate, but that bad election answer. You got a lot of support. You got to stay with those people.
Absolutely, we stay with those people. And it was a pleasure to put Mark Kelly on the ropes.
Yeah, no, he's terrible, and you were excellent.
Well, thank you.
How do you feel? How do you feel about how you're doing?
It's great. We've got the momentum. I think the race is tied right now. And you know, the debate showed all the rhinos in D.C. They wanted to say, "Oh, Blake's unelectable," and then I just stomped Kelly. So I think.
Pause it for 1 second. Can I just also be clear that we're not putting this music in there?
No.
This body language doesn't.
It's also super weird, like, oh, thank you for this call. Let me put it on speakerphone. And incidentally, you're going to be on like, I mean, let's be honest, folks. Donald Trump is not, this is staged.
Yeah.
It's staged. So just to understand that. Now, Trump can't help himself but to say, great job, but he had a bad election answer. But
he has his hand on his head and like tears in his eyes. It's like the John Krasinski meme.
He looks so moved.
And and the music behind it, it's like a romantic movie after they've reunited after 12 years. We've been apart for so long in the war.
You miss the sound of my voice, buddy.
And this is like where it's like the slow build up, and then all of a sudden, like, comes out of the door and they hug each other.
Kiss. Yeah.
Right now, and you know, the debate showed all the rhinos in D.C. They wanted to say, "Oh, Blake's unelectable," and then I just stomped Kelly. So I think now even the
He was terrible. You were great. He was terrible. Is Peter Thiel helping much, or what happened?
He is a little bit more behind the scenes. I don't know what happened there, but money's flowing in now.
Oh, is he sending some money now? He's giving you a mile.
I think so.
Bad.
And I think it's going to flow in now.
Tell Peter to help you. Help.
Well, I'll tell him you said that.
1 yard line.
Yeah.
If you want to get across the line, you got to go stronger in that one thing. That was the one thing you a lot of complaints about. Look at Kari. Kari's winning with very little money. And if they say, "How is your family?" she says the election was rigged and stolen. You'll lose if you go soft. You're going to lose that at the base.
I'm not going soft.
I've never come into a rally where the person lost. Not once. I mean, it's been pretty amazing.
No, I'm just sure we're going to beat this guy.
You take care of yourself, and you're gonna be a rocket ship tomorrow. You watch. Have a good time, Blake. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Mr. President. Bye-bye.
So long, man. Bye.
You did great in the debate, but not like Kari.
I didn't think I went soft on the election.
Certainly not on the call.
Yeah, you should
Not
have said
soft
that when
at
you were
all.
there.
Like,
Yeah, I was fully hard that whole time.
That was so hard. I'm hard right now, sir. I got to tell you, I'm not going soft at all.
I love
Yeah.
that when he says you're going to be a rocket ship, what he means is because I'm going to be there, you're going to be flying high.
Well, it's also just a weird metaphor to use against a astronaut.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, you know,
I'm
like,
not going soft.
I'm not going.
To the moon, Blake.
He's doing this thing, right? This is the thing. Doesn't look in the eyes and just does this is to signify like
Curtsy.
I also like that Trump's statement was basically, he was just like, Kari Lake is so much more of a psychopath than you are.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta be way crazier.
she doesn't.
Gonna lose that base.
She doesn't even like her family.
She won't even talk about her family
You
or
can't leave
children.
when he says you can't leave those people behind. That's a very revealing way of how he looks at those base. Like
Yeah.
they need you to talk about how I was cheated. Okay.
And I did like the one moment where you kind of see the pain behind Blake's eyes when Trump says, like, what's going on with Peter Thiel? He's helping more behind the scenes. I don't know what's
I don't know
going
what was
on
going on with
that.
What's wild to me is like what we saw was embarrassing, and there was a lot of cuts.
Yeah, I know it. I know it. I wonder if that was in there to sort of like embarrass Peter Thiel.
Well, it's kind of to publicize that he's not doing enough.
Yeah, I don't think that's out of the realm at all. I think maybe it might highlight that he's not being strong enough. And
But the hilarity is that Peter Thiel's not embarrassed in that. It's Blake Masters who's publicly groveling that Daddy won't give him
Yeah, I
money
think it's
anymore.
flowing now. I think it's flowing. How inspiring! How inspiring of a political document is that? It's like I think the
No,
money's flowing now.
say it's flowing.
Slowly play reverb
God.
guitar.
That is just absolutely nuts.
More from that studio, Tucker. Thanks.
I mean, they must have a theory. That is really something. I can't for the life of me imagine what it is.